A show duct taped together by broken promises and hopes and dreams. Recorded in the corner of Wade's dirty bathroom. Get ready for WMVT.
Welcome to the second episode of WMVT, and today we're going to talk about bottom stuff, aka anal. As you know, I'm here to share with you what I learned from ChatGTP about various topics to help educate you lovely people. Now, despite popular opinion, I don't know much about bottom stuff, so I've had many questions like, do the well-endowed cause their partners to need diapers after receiving that naughty big bum visitor? Now, in this episode, I'm going to demonstrate things like bum douching, safe bum penetration, and share some history about the bum. I also bought some of these lightly used toys to help illustrate the safest ways to receive a bum visitor. Also got this medical model thingy that I wanted to do a whole chapter on, but I can't fully assemble it despite following the instructions. And then there's this one over here that is called a pocket pussy, apparently. Whose pocket it would fit in is beyond me. When I first saw it, well, I'm calling it Jennifer now, I immediately realized that the lady bits look way too realistic for a YouTube demonstration video without it getting extremely creepy, which is why Jennifer's sideways. I just ended up feeling obligated to buy Jennifer. When I got to the gentleman's house, he opened the door with his finger in his belly button, and Jennifer, if Jennifer had a face, I feel like she would have been blinking, save me, save me, save me. So I did. Bum sex is the process of inserting a what's-it into the bum hole of another partner. People do this for pleasure or because they want to avoid any unwanted rugrats. It's becoming more and more common among young straight couples in the United States. It's estimated about 37% of men and 30% of women have engaged in bum stuff, while 10% of women regularly engage in the bottom pleasures, finding it more intimate than the vagina. What I also found out today is that there's actual FDA-approved condoms specifically for the bum. If you use a regular raincoat and it breaks, you're at high risk for an STD. Interestingly enough, few people are actually using condoms with bum sex, and the anal lining is very thin and easily bleeds, which puts you in the crosshairs for an infection like HIV, HPV, syphilis, gonorrhea, and chlamydia. Sometimes butt sex can even lead to injuries of the anal sphincter, which helps control pooping. Without that, you poop yourself. This is, however, extremely rare, but these things only happen when you're having unsafe anal sex, meaning you're not using lots of lubricant and listening to your body. There's this thing called anal etiquette, so poo-poo doesn't end up on your love stick. So most people perform what is called a bum douche before receiving that friendly bum visitor. This involves flushing your bottom out with water. Now, the practice can be unsafe if you don't take the proper precautions. Now, just FYI, a thorough bath or shower is usually all you need to clean up any lingering poo around the O-ring. I'm now going to demonstrate how to douche with this lightly used douche contraption. I put a towel down to help soak up the excess liquid, kind of like a big maxi pad, really. Ideally, you should do this in the shower or toilet, so the dirty bits have got someplace to land. You might also find it helpful to lightly massage the O-ring opening, whatever you want to call it, to relax the muscles prior to insertion. Now, gently hold the nozzle, right, and then put it against your bum hole, right? And then breathe out, and then gently insert, and then squeeze. So you want to hold the liquid in there for a few seconds before pushing it out. And then you repeat until the water running... Why is that salty? All right, then take a shower. Now you want to hold the liquid in there for a few seconds before pushing it out. Repeat until the water running out of your innards is clear. Then take a shower to get yourself cleaned up. Some people prefer to wait an hour or two before receiving the bum visitor. Ideally, you should limit douching to no more than 2 to 3 times per week, and certainly not more than once a day. Otherwise, you risk damaging your bum and intestinal lining. You also run the risk of throwing off your electrolyte balance and disrupting your natural poo rhythm. The bum does not make its own lubrication, so you need a lot of it. The pH for the bum is different than the pH for a vagina, which is why water-based lubricants are typically designed to lubricate the bum. Now, put a little lube on your finger, then slowly start inching it into her bum hole. Now, with the other hand, remove the condom from the wrapper and put it on the tip of your love stick. Pinch the top, make sure that there's no air, and then roll it down the shaft. All right, a condom is clearly too big. Do not worry. This happens to me all the time. This is why I wrap my johnnies with rubber bands like this. Simply remove one of the bands and attach it to the base, like a cock ring. And then gently insert, oh, wrong way around, then gently insert. Off you go, little Percy, there you go, pop it to your uncle. Now, what to do if you have a big love stick? Well, same procedure, however, you're probably going to need more lube. Now, I've already prepared Percy's bigger brother to demonstrate. Out the way, Percy. You're probably going to need a little bit more lube. Okay. And here we go. Voila. Okay then. If you choose to switch holes, pull out, remove the raincoat, and if there's a little poo on it, do not worry, it's not going to hurt you. And whatever you do, don't bring it to your partner's attention because, well, I mean, that would be rude. Just take it off and put a new Johnny on. Additionally, if you're putting any toys in your bum, make sure that there's something to tug on to pull it out. You don't want to spend the night in the ER because you lost a toy in your bum like Richard Gere did years ago. Although that technically was a gerbil, not a toy. Anyway. Butt sex has been depicted as far back as 300 AD, specifically seen on Peruvian pots. And in the 16th and 19th centuries, it was also seen in Chinese hand scrolls and prints. There's a surprising list of people throughout history that decided the bottom was best. For example, Leonardo da Vinci drew quasi-erotic figures of men and wrote about his disgust toward having sex with women. He was also charged with sodomy a couple of times, so there's that. Then you have Shakespeare, which isn't surprising. We all know he wrote about erotic love for men in his sonnets. James Dean, that was a shocker. William Best, Dean's longtime friend and screenwriter, recently admitted to the two of them having a sexual relationship. Then, lastly, Abraham Lincoln. Apparently, there were many private letters hinting on homosexual relationships. Who knew? I personally don't like butt stuff. I found it to be uncomfortable and painful at times. I also remember it was very uncomfortable sitting down afterwards. Of course, that may have been due to the lack of padding in the cell at the time. No matter what your sexual preference or hole is, I hope this episode has taught you a thing or two. I know it has me. Just remember to be safe and, above all, enjoy yourselves. Cheers.
Wait, Martin's video thingy.
Oh, God.
Don't subscribe.
WMVT.